from Auschwitz. So Prokofiev's music and Nureyev-Fontaine collaboration became quite historical. Now there's an opera that Prokofiev composed when he was again in Paris. Actually, the first performance of this opera was in Chicago in 1921. Then it had to go through lots of changes and lots of problems, because the subject of the opera is a fable, and it didn't do very well with the Soviet authorities. It was also written in French, but it was again one of the most enjoyable 20th century stage creations that is really made its place in the music history of the contemporary times. It's called Love for Three Oranges. It's a fable. We'll start from the beginning, and the Master of Ceremonies will tell us the story. Okay. Who has melancholia, which is incurable. The father thinks that the only cure, maybe, will be to entertain him. So, during the second act, all sorts of entertainment is offered to this poor, melancholic son of the King of Spades. It's a very sarcastic piece of music and piece of theatre, I must say. During the days that he had to commute between Paris and Moscow and St. Petersburg, had to come to an end because most of his friends and acquaintances thought that he should not go back to Russia for the Soviet Union, to Soviet Union for good, because his friends and acquaintances could see that the things were not going very well in the Soviet Union, especially with the Stalin's pogrom has started. He started sending almost a whole generation of intellectuals and artists either to death or to Siberia. Poets like Mayakovsky committed suicide. Meyerhold was sent to the Gulag and he died there. And Shostakovich was denounced by the party, and many very negative things were happening in Soviet Russia. But Prokofiev, funny enough, thought that he had to go back to his own country. There were two reasons for that, apparently. First of all, he was a gambler, and in the West, in Paris, he had a lot of gambling debts. So he thought that since he was revered in the Soviet Union and earning a lot of money, that will be one way to escape from his debtors. And at the same time, yeah, he thought that he will be a musical hero in the Soviet Union, because he was not actually a very political man. He was not like Shostakovich. He was not political at all. He really was a very individualistic and very selfish musician. He only thought about his music and himself. But unfortunately, tragedy was quite near in his life. His wife was a Spanish singer, and he had 2 children with her. And until the last comings and goings to Moscow, his family stayed in Paris, but at the end, he had to decide. Either he would stay in the West, or he had to move his family to Moscow also, and at the end he did. And very soon he found out that he was not very popular with Stalin anymore. And what did he do? He did the thing that most of the